What's up, Bigfooters? Another outdoorly enthused, folks. My name is Brady, and today we are out hiking the Mount Scott Service Road Trail in the Wichita Mountains. I'm about an hour into my hike when I came across this pond. So right now I'm just taking a little break on the side of the pond, having a water break, and checking out the wildlife, seeing if anything comes to this watering hole. It's about 11:30 in the morning. It is a super nice day today. The high is about 80 degrees, so I decided to use this opportunity to get in some hiking time out here. Finally get back out in the woods and do some more Bigfooting. It is a super beautiful day today. This is probably the first really nice day of the new year. So, of course, there's lots of people out here today, but that's not bothering me. It is just too nice. I just couldn't resist coming out here. So far, just sitting on the banks of this little pond, and I've seen some little fish jumping out. It's just a little pond. I've also seen lots of little turtles swimming in the water, just little painted turtles, no snapping turtles or anything. But it's definitely a nice spot to sit down and have a water break. There's Mount Scott right up there. I'm so close, I'm pretty sure I can hear some of the hikers up on the main road, so I'm not too deep into the woods on this trail just yet, but definitely a good spot for a nice first break. But with that said, breaks can't last forever, and I think it's just about time we hit the trail once again. But one thing's for sure, it feels really good to be back out in the woods and back making videos. The problem with coming out here on a day like this is that everybody wants to come out here on a day like this. So just be aware that there are going to be people in your area if it's a busy area on a nice day like it is today. For instance, I was just exploring around the area when I heard what sounded like a whoop, but after looking into it, it turned out to just be a couple of kids playing in a creek bed. So that just goes to show that you should always follow up on any possible leads that you get. Even if it seems like it's Sasquatch activity, you should definitely follow up just to be sure. Gosh, it's getting pretty hot. It's reaching midday, so the sun is directly overhead, and it is hot. One cool thing about this particular area is that this one trail goes through the largest forested area in the entire Wichita Mountains. It is about 5 or 6 miles long one way, and this forested area starts at the front of Mount Scott and ends at the parallel forest. And in between is this entire long hilly mountain range full of forest. And I am in the middle of that forested area right now. So I believe if Sasquatches are going to be anywhere in the Wichita Mountains, they're going to be up in the mountainous forested area of these mountainsides. And this trail is pretty much as close as you can get without just going off trail up the mountains, which I don't really want to do since I don't have snake-proof boots, and snakes are a huge thing around here, so maybe I need to invest in some snake-proof boots. And if you want to include places that are not open to the public, across the road from the parallel forest, it keeps going. There's another even bigger mountain that keeps going for miles, continuing the forested mountainside. Honestly, I think that spot has got to be the best spot for Sasquatches, as it is closed to the public. I believe the private land in that area belongs to a youth camp or something like that, where like Christian groups or youth camps go there, a couple groups annually, but other than that, people don't really go there. The main spot is called Camp Yeshua, and there's actually been a sighting there. So I think if there's any spot in this entire mountain range, even outside the Wichita Mountains, I think that's probably going to be where the Sasquatches are holding up. But since that place is off limits, I think this trail that I'm on right now is probably as close as I'm going to be able to get. Here's a spot where it looks like either bison or wild hogs have been tearing up this ground. Let's see. Oh yeah. There's a big track right there. Looks like a bison was tearing up this ground. Bison and wild hogs, probably the two things I'm most worried about running into out here. This is a very cool spot though. Right next to the trail, so imagine being the hiker that comes around that corner and sees a bison just tearing up the ground. Whew. It is hot. Alright, back to the trail. Deer scat there. More deer scat. A lot of deer scat. Not deer scat. After following the tracks down through this ravine, I've come across a small pile of bison scat. It's not too fresh. I'll actually pick it up. It's pretty hard and dry, but out here in this sun, things are going to dry up pretty fast, but definitely not too fresh, but it is one of the fresher scats that I've seen today. And this is actually a ravine where I had a very close encounter with a bison last spring. And if we take a look inside the scat, we can see all of the grasses that the bisons are out here browsing on during the day. These bison spend pretty much their entire day out here just eating the dry grasses available in the Wichita Mountains. And actually, if you take a sniff, it just smells like dry grass or hay. So scat is very important when you're looking to learn about animals, because it tells you not only where they've been, but also what they've been eating. So, with that said, let's keep moving. Something important that I've noticed today is that a lot of the animal scat is filled with acorn seeds. That's because a lot of the trees, if not most of the trees around here, are acorn trees. And that's important because acorns are going to bring in the rodents and the deer, and Sasquatches could feed on the rodents and the deer. So that gives us a nice Sasquatch food chain in this area. Alright guys, I think that's going to about wrap up today's hike in the Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge. Even though we didn't get to see a whole lot of wildlife, I did have a really fun time hiking around this area. It is so nice to be back out in the wild, and it is so good to be making videos again. I really do think this large swath of forest is the most likely area for a Sasquatch to be hanging out. So hopefully I'll be able to get back out here really soon. And next time we'll have to leave the trail behind and go deep into the wilderness, because your chances of encountering a Sasquatch are probably going to be much more likely if you go off the trail. So hopefully we can get back out here real soon and go deep into the wilderness. Then again, most sightings come from unsuspecting people just hiking or hunting or camping, so what do I know? But I think your chances are definitely much more likely if you leave the trail behind. But really, with that said, I think that's gonna about wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, thanks for watching. Keep squatching.